Good afternoon. I'm having some technical difficulties today, so can you just signal if you can hear me? Great, thank you. All right, I would like to call to order, go on the record in proceeding number 25C-0334-INS. I'm Kelly Rosenberg, the administrative law judge assigned to this proceeding. This is the commission's standing show cause insurance hearing set by notices and complaints to individual respondents. At this time, I would like to take appearances, and it looks like we just have staff here.
Yes, it looks that way. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Justin Larson with the Colorado Department of Law here on behalf of PUC staff, and with me as always is Marquita Riley.
Thank you. And if any respondents show, we'll deal with that at the time, but I just want to remind you all that it is the commission's practice to record and webcast legal proceedings, including this one. Today, this hearing is just being recorded. There is not a court reporter recording every word stated. And actually, with that, staff, go ahead and present.
Thank you, Your Honor. Staff calls Marquita Riley.
And Ms. Riley, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Go ahead and proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Ms. Riley. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Yes. Marquita Riley, Marquita Riley.
Who is your current employer?
The Public Utilities Commission.
What's your job title with the commission?
I'm the program assistant for the transportation unit.
Can you describe your role in today's proceeding?
Yes, I review the commission records and coordinate with staff for these proceedings against motor carriers that do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
Do the commission's rules require motor carriers to file evidence of financial responsibility with the commission?
Yes. I'm sorry, but before we proceed, it looks like someone has joined us. And so I just want to make sure we get them on record and everything before we continue. I'm sorry.
No, it's no problem.
Well, sure, we could do that now. There's an individual with a phone number that ends in 269. You go ahead and let us know who you are and who you're here on behalf of. And if you're speaking, you're muted. So if you could unmute yourself. Just one more time, the individual with the phone number that begins with 720 and ends in 269, you can unmute yourself and identify who you are and which company you're here on behalf of.
Judge, I would also add, if they don't know how to unmute, it's *6.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, my name is Nestle Polyford, 720-933.
Actually, can you please restate your name and spell it?
Okay, sorry. Nestle Polyford, N as in Nancy, E-S-L-Y, Polyford, P as in Paul, O-L-I, F as in Frank, O, R as in rabbit, T as in television. Phone number 720.
And instead of your phone number, who are you here on behalf of?
I am the owner of Well Done Transportation.
Well Done Transportation?
Yes.
And do you intend to testify today?
What is it?
Do you intend to testify at the proceeding today?
I think so.
Okay, well, what we'll do is we'll have staff finish up and then I will ask you a couple of questions and then you're more than likely will be able to present your case.
Okay.
Thanks. Go ahead and continue, staff.
Thank you. Ms. Riley, we were talking about the whether the commission's rules require motor carriers to file evidence of financial responsibility. Can you just tell us which rules impose this requirement?
Yes, per Rule 6008 requires that motor carrier maintain and file evidence of financial responsibility with the commission.
And what exactly needs to be provided to the commission in order to show financial responsibility?
Per Rule 6008, motor carriers must electronically file certain forms. An example would be a Form E as evidence of financial responsibility.
How long does this evidence of financial responsibility remain in effect?
Again, per Rule 6008 requires that each insurance company give the commission a 30-day advance written notice when insurance is not being renewed or if it's being canceled.
So what is the next step when the PUC receives a notification of cancellation or non-renewal?
I will then use the commission's authorized database to compile a list of motor carriers that the commission received written notice of cancellation.
Thank you. And can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing exhibit 1? Thank you. And before we get into this, Ms. Riley, were the exhibits for today's hearing provided to the respondents?
Yes, they were.
And can you just describe how that was done?
I created a list of the permit and the certificate numbers listed that we have on file for each respondent. I then emailed the list and the exhibits over to the AG's office. The AG's office then pre-filed all of the exhibits. They emailed the respondents and they copied me on the email as well.
Thank you. Now, taking a look at this document we have up here, do you recognize this?
Yes, this is hearing exhibit number 1. This is the initial hearing cycle listing that contains the names of the motor carriers that the commission received notice that their financial responsibility was going to expire.
And did you prepare this list?
I did.
How was it prepared?
I used the commission's authorized database to compile this list.
When did staff prepare this list?
On August 11th, 2025.
And is that date reflected on the bottom right-hand corner there of the document?
Yes, it is.
Does the commission create a hearing cycle listing like one we see up here in Exhibit 1 as part of its regular course of business?
Yes.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain documents like Exhibit 1 as part of the commission's business record?
Yes.
Move to admit Exhibit 1, Your Honor.
Admitted.
So, Ms. Riley, based on the list that we see up here in Exhibit 1, what action did the commission take?
The commission sent a letter to each respondent.
Can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing Exhibit 2? Thank you. So this looks like a collection of documents. Can you just describe what these are, Ms. Riley?
Yes, these are copies of the letters sent to the respondents on today's updated list.
And can you just summarize what information is contained in the letters?
Yes, the letter explains that all operation under its authority are suspended as of the date the insurance expires, unless proof of proper insurance is submitted to the commission. The letter also provides notice of today's hearing and advises the respondent that if proper evidence of financial responsibility is not submitted to the commission, then its authority may be permanently revoked.
When did the commission send these letters?
On August 11th, 2025.
Is it the commission's practice to create letters like this in the regular course of its business?
Yes.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain letters like Exhibit 2 as part of the commission's business record?
Yes.
Move to admit Exhibit 2, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Thank you. Now, Ms. Riley, does the commission require motor carriers to establish and maintain a designated agent?
Yes. Per Rule 6006, require that each motor carrier establish and maintain a designated agent.
And were the notice letters that we see in Exhibit 2 sent to the addresses of the designated agents on file with the commission?
Yes.
And can you just describe how the commission served these letters?
The letters were served through first-class postal mail.
Thank you. Can we now please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing Exhibit 3? Can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
Yes, this is the attachment that was sent along with the notice letters, and here in exhibit number 2, the attachment contains information on how to participate in today's video conference hearing
When was this attachment sent to the respondents?
on August 11th, 2025.
And was that at the same time that each of the notice letters we saw in Exhibit 2 was sent out?
Yes, that's correct.
Is it the commission's standard practice to include this attachment with the notification letters to the respondents whenever it holds an electronic hearing?
Yes,
And was it created in the regular course of the commission's business?
yes,
Is it the commission's practice to maintain attachments like Exhibit 3 in the regular course of its business record?
yes.
Move to admit Exhibit 3, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Now, can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing Exhibit 4? Thank you. Can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
Yes, this is the certificate of service for the notice letters and the attachment sent to each respondent.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain certificates like this in the regular course of its business?
Yes,
And is it the commission's practice to maintain documents like we see in Exhibit 4 as part of its business record?
yes,
Move to admit Exhibit 4, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Thank you. Ms. Riley, looking a little closer at this document, the language in the certificate says, quote, whose name and addresses appear below, end quote. Below that, it says, quote, see hearing cycle listing. Are these statements referring to the original hearing cycle listing that we saw in Exhibit 1?
yes,
And just going back to hearing Exhibit 2, no need to pull it up. This is the notice letter we talked about earlier. That letter informs the respondents about what happens if they can provide evidence of insurance or surety coverage before the hearing. If the commission receives evidence of insurance or surety coverage, what happens then?
Then we will not proceed against that carrier and dismiss them from the hearing cycle listing.
Did staff create an updated hearing cycle listing for today's hearing?
Yes,
Can we please pull up what's been previously marked as staff's hearing Exhibit 5? Can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
this is the updated hearing cycle listing for today's date. It contains the names of the respondents that we still do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file.
Did staff create this list the same way as you described for hearing Exhibit 1?
Yes,
So you created this document?
I did
And when was it created?
on August 25th, 2025.
And again, that's the date reflected in the bottom right-hand corner there.
Yes,
Did the commission create this hearing cycle listing in the regular course of its business?
yes,
Is it the commission's practice to maintain the updated hearing cycle listing like we see in Exhibit 5 as part of the commission's business record?
yes,
Move to admit Exhibit 5, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Now, Ms. Riley, did staff send a letter to all of the motor carriers listed in hearing Exhibit 5?
yes,
Do the addresses listed in hearing Exhibit 5 match the carrier's addresses in hearing Exhibit 2?
yes.
When was the last time you checked to see if there was any change in the status of the carriers in Exhibit 5?
This morning, August 27th, 2025.
Thank you. We can go ahead and take that down. Now, Ms. Riley, are you aware of any pending applications either for suspension or abandonment affecting any of the common or contract carriers listed in Exhibit 5?
Yes, we do have one suspension application, and that is for Tipsy Velo LLC doing business as Tipsy Voyage, PUC number 56000.
And since these don't come up super often, can you just describe what your recommendation is with regard to that carrier?
That would go on and dismiss them from the hearing cycle listing today?
And does staff recommend dismissing any other carriers listed in Exhibit 5? If so, can you state which ones?
Yes, I do have one dismissal. That is for Altitude Transportation LLC doing business as NOCO Party Bus, PUC number LL-02385. Insurance was updated for that company.
And just to make sure, are you aware of any letters that were returned to the commission?
Yes, we do have one return mail. That was for Ivan's Towing LLC. There was no other address on file to remail it out.
And did you verify that the address that was sent to matched what was included in the system?
Yes.
Thank you. Just a few concluding questions. When does the decision made after today's hearing become a final commission decision?
The recommended decision will become a final commission order decision 20 days after the administrative law judge issues the recommended decision if no exceptions are filed.
What happens if a carrier provides proof of insurance before the decision becomes a final order?
Then the recommended decision will not be enforced against that respondent.
Can you summarize staff's overall recommendation for today?
Yes, staff recommends that the certificate of permit numbers listed on here in exhibit number 5 be revoked for lack of financial responsibility as required by law, except for no-call party bus and tipsy voyage.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. I have no further questions, and unless you or the respondent have any questions for Ms. Riley, we can rest our case.
Thank you. I don't have any questions for you, Ms. Riley, but do you mind sticking around in case Mr. Hollifort may have some questions that you might be able to answer?
Of course.
Thank you. And Mr. Hollifort, I understand you, very briefly, do you want to just explain your position? And then depending on what you have to say, we may need to determine if you could testify and swear you in. But if you want to give us a little overview of your position here, that would be great.
Yes, my name is Nestle Polyfort, like I said. So I am the owner of Weldon Transportation. So I don't have insurance right now because the payment is very high, and then to renew my insurance is very high. So right now I cannot run my business. So I'm not gonna be able to make it. So I'm not gonna be able to have insurance right now. I just wanna put myself out of business. I can be back pretty soon.
Let me just thank you for that. If you could just pause for 1 second. I'm not sure, and Ms. Riley, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but based on what you've heard, do you have a suggestion for a path forward for right now?
Yes. So if he's not able to get the insurance within the 20 days of the decision coming out, what we can do is we could cancel the permit for the time being. And when he's ready to start the company again, then you will just need to go online to do the application again. But you'll be able to keep the same name of the company, the same PUC number. We don't recycle numbers or anything like that. So when you're ready to come back, you'll just have to go online to do that application, and that helps you to not go into a revoked status.
Thank you.
And is
I'll-
that, please
I'm sorry.
continue. I apologize. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
apologize. I'll send you an email after the hearing so that we can go on and get that set up for you.
All right, thank you.
So, Mr. Polliford, based on that, it doesn't sound to me like you need to testify. It sounds like you will work with Ms. Riley when the hearing is over. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well then, thank you for your time then, unless you don't have anything further. Is that correct?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. And let me just double check. It doesn't look like we have any other respondents that joined. And so what I will do is I'll take this matter under advisement and I will issue a written decision in the next week or so. And thank you everybody for your time. And with that, we'll conclude the hearing. Appreciate everyone's time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.